Dani approached Borno, hoping for understanding and compassion in this dire situation. However, Borno showed no sympathy. Dani, burdened with sadness and worry, realized that he had only 20 days to gather the money or face dire consequences. He found himself in a desperate situation. In a moment of desperation, Dani recalled an old box left behind by his late grandfather. Once upon a time, in a small African village, lived a young man named Dani. Despite his impoverished circumstances, Dani possessed a kind and gentle nature. He selflessly devoted his time to assisting the elderly villagers with their arduous tasks, finding solace in bringing peace to his soul. To sustain himself, Dani worked as a farmer for a group of affluent traders. He cultivated crops such as corn, yams, and various other edible plants, which he would sell in the local farming markets to earn a modest income. Though his earnings were meager, Dani managed to make ends meet and fulfill his basic needs. One fateful day, a powerful storm swept through the village while Dani was diligently working in the fields. The storm left a path of destruction, ravaging the crops and leaving devastation in its wake. Overwhelmed by grief and despair, Dani hurriedly made his way to the farm owner's residence, a man named Borno. Borno was known for his cruelty and callousness, caring only about his own profits. Dani approached Borno, hoping for understanding and compassion in this dire situation. However, Borno showed no sympathy and callously demanded that Dani pay for the ruined fields, disregarding the losses caused by the storm. Borno was solely concerned with the profit he had expected from Dani when he leased the land. Dani, burdened with sadness and worry, realized that he had only 20 days to gather the money or face dire consequences. He found himself in a desperate situation, as he had no means to pay the rent, possessing only a dilapidated house and a few aging chickens that he loved dearly. In a moment of desperation, Dani recalled an old box left behind by his late grandfather. He hoped that within it, he would find something of value that he could sell. With trembling hands, he opened the box and discovered a golden ring that once belonged to his grandmother. Determined to use it as a means to pay the rent and escape the clutches of the cruel farm owner, Dani reached out to grasp the ring. However, before he could secure it, his hungry cock swiftly snatched the golden ring from his hand and swallowed it greedily. Dani tried desperately to retrieve the ring from his beloved cock's grasp, but his efforts were in vain. Overwhelmed with anguish, he found himself at a crossroads, torn between his desperate need for the ring and his unwillingness to harm his cherished cock. He lay down, his mind consumed by the weight of his predicament, pondering his next course of action in order to procure the necessary funds. As the days passed, Dani remained plagued by worry, the looming deadline for the rent payment drawing nearer with each passing moment. He had a mere 15 days left to fulfill his obligation or face dire consequences at the hands of Borno. Amidst his distress, a glimmer of hope emerged when his hen laid an egg. Intent on consuming it to satiate his hunger, Dani cracked open the egg, only to be met with a breathtaking sight. A small, radiant golden light danced before his eyes as he beheld the contents of the egg. To his astonishment, he discovered delicate pieces of gold within the eggshell. Overwhelmed by a mix of shock and disbelief, Dani hurriedly made his way to the kitchen, placing the egg on a tray and carefully examining it. The realization dawned upon him that this miraculous discovery could potentially be the answer to his prayers. A surge of joy and relief washed over him, momentarily lifting the heavy burden from his shoulders. Gradually, Dani continued to collect golden eggs from his hen, selling them in the market for a handsome price. With the proceeds, he successfully paid his rent and began living a life of relative comfort and wealth. The transformation did not go unnoticed by the villagers, who observed Dani's newfound prosperity and wondered about the source of his riches. They marveled at his generosity as he continued to assist the elderly and support the impoverished, extending his help to those in need, especially children from impoverished families. Aware of the growing curiosity surrounding his abundant wealth, Dani decided to construct a secret room within his house, providing a safe haven for his beloved cock and hen. Here, they could live undisturbed, preserving the mystery behind Dani's newfound fortune. While he managed to keep his secret hidden for some time, Dani knew deep down that it was only a matter of time before the truth would be revealed. Such extraordinary circumstances could not remain concealed indefinitely. One fateful day, a group of strong, young individuals arrived in the village. Unbeknownst to the villagers, this group consisted of thieves who had recently stolen from a bank in the city. Seeking refuge from the pursuing authorities, they decided to hide in the village. They approached Borno, offering to pay a substantial sum for a rented house, exceeding his expectations. Delighted by the opportunity to earn additional income, Borno readily agreed to their proposition, blissfully unaware of their true intentions. The group of thieves, eager to blend in and gather information about the villagers, presented themselves as a harmonious family unit. Among them was a captivating young woman named Shoni, whom they had kidnapped from the city. Shoni possessed both beauty and a kind heart, much like Dani himself. The thieves strategically used her presence to avoid arousing suspicion, portraying her as their sister. However, the truth of her abduction remained concealed. As Borno engaged in conversation with the group of thieves, he couldn't help but ponder the remarkable transformation in Dani's life. He marveled at how this once impoverished young man had attained wealth, which now rivaled his own. The secret behind Dani's newfound fortune remained a mystery to the entire village, piquing the interest of the thieves. Intrigued by the enigma surrounding him, they began observing Dani more closely, meticulously analyzing his every move. The group of thieves devised a plan to gain entry into Dani's house under the pretense of forming new friendships. They approached Dani, expressing their desire to get to know him better and proposing a dinner together. Aware of their intentions, Dani cautiously agreed, fully aware of the potential dangers that lay ahead. As they sat down to share a meal, the thieves subtly probed Dani for information, attempting to unravel the secret behind his wealth. After the dinner, the thieves requested a tour of Dani's house, feigning curiosity about the beautiful abode he had recently constructed. Dani, keeping his composure, responded with a seemingly agreeable demeanor and offered to show them around. As they made their way through the house, Dani led them past the secret room where his beloved cock resided. Unbeknownst to him, a faint sound emitted from within the room, catching the attention of the thieves. Their eyes met, and a silent agreement passed between them. They decided to apprehend Dani and demand the revelation of the secret behind his wealth, suspecting that the cock and hen held the key. However, Dani, quick-witted and perceptive, sensed their intentions. In a sudden burst of agility, he jerked himself free from their grasp and bolted towards the secret room, snatching his cock along the way. The thieves pursued him, driven by their desire to uncover the truth. Dani, having anticipated this very scenario, had already prepared a hiding spot in the nearby jungle. With his heart pounding, he raced through the dense foliage, managing to find refuge in the predetermined location. Unfortunately, time was against him, and he was unable to retrieve his beloved hen in the frantic escape. The thieves, fueled by determination, continued their pursuit, but their efforts proved fruitless as Dani successfully evaded them. Dani and his loyal cock sought refuge in a carefully prepared cave, their temporary sanctuary away from the prying eyes of the thieves. While they found solace in each other's company, both Dani and his cock deeply missed the presence of their beloved hen. Unbeknownst to them, the thieves had taken the hen and brought her to their house, unaware of the bond she shared with Dani and the depth of his attachment to her. Dani carefully assessed the situation and devised a plan to reclaim his hen from the clutches of the thieves. He meticulously crafted bamboo stairs, positioning them against the backside of the thieves' house, leading to the roof. Under the cover of darkness around 2 a.m., Dani stealthily entered their house, determined to retrieve his cherished hen. As he cautiously made his way through the house, he stumbled upon a sight that tugged at his heartstrings. There, sitting on a large stone, was Shoni, the beautiful girl whom the thieves had kidnapped. Her eyes were brimming with tears, her face etched with sorrow. In a moment of empathy, Dani realized the depths of her despair and recognized an opportunity to extend his compassion beyond his own circumstances. Shoni, upon seeing Dani, deduced that he was the owner of the hen and confided in him, sharing her plight. Dani swiftly collected his hen, holding her close, and made a dash toward the safety of the jungle. However, as he ran, his thoughts were consumed by the image of the distraught girl he had left behind. He couldn't bear the thought of leaving her in the clutches of the cruel thieves. Driven by an overwhelming sense of compassion, he made a firm decision to return and offer Shoni a chance at freedom. Returning to the thieves' house, Dani approached Shoni and extended an invitation for her to accompany him, offering her a chance to escape from the cruel grasp of her captors. Impressed by Dani's unwavering mercy and touched by his genuine concern, Shoni felt a deep connection and trust growing within her. She realized that if Dani, a man who would not abandon even a creature as small as a hen, showed such kindness, he was unlikely to cause her harm. With her heart yearning for freedom and believing in the goodness of Dani's spirit, she made the life-altering decision to go with him. As dawn broke, the thieves awoke to discover the absence of Dani and Shoni. Filled with fury and a burning desire for revenge, they resolved to assemble an army, hiring individuals who would aid in their search and capture of Dani and Shoni within the depths of the jungle. Little did they know that their pursuers would encounter a formidable force united against their tyranny. Shoni shared every detail about the thieves and their malicious acts with Dani, solidifying their decision to rally the oppressed and downtrodden members of the village. They understood that strength lay in unity, and together they would confront the cruel army assembled by the thieves. With unwavering determination, Dani and Shoni began rallying the needy and oppressed villagers, enlisting them in their cause. The army of the downtrodden grew steadily, driven by a collective desire for justice and freedom from the thieves' reign of terror. United by a common goal, they prepared for the impending confrontation, training and strategizing to defend their rights and reclaim their village from the clutches of darkness. As the thieves ventured deep into the jungle, their army in tow, they encountered a fierce resistance from the united forces of Dani, Shoni, and the villagers. In a thrilling battle, their malicious plans were thwarted as Dani and his army fought with unwavering courage and determination. Eventually, the thieves met their demise, their cruel reign coming to an end. With victory on their side, Dani and Shoni returned to the village, triumphant and hailed as heroes. They made their way to the thieves' abandoned house, where they discovered the stolen money from the city bank. Fueled by their unwavering integrity, they decided to take it upon themselves to right the wrongs committed by the thieves. Journeying to the city, Dani and Shoni made their way to the police station, sharing their incredible tale and presenting the stolen money as evidence. The police, impressed by their bravery and integrity, were moved by their selfless actions. They commended Dani and Shoni for their courage and dedication to justice, offering their heartfelt gratitude. In recognition of their extraordinary deeds, the police awarded Dani and Shoni with honors and accolades, celebrating their triumph over adversity. The village, too, embraced them as symbols of hope and inspiration, forever grateful for their unwavering spirit and their ability to bring light into the darkest corners. Together, Dani and Shoni continued to work for the betterment of their village, using their newfound influence and resources to uplift the lives of those in need. They embarked on a journey of love, compassion, and service, making the world around them a better place one act of kindness at a time. And so, the tale of Dani, the impoverished young man turned hero, and Shoni, the girl rescued from captivity, would be retold for generations, reminding all who heard it of the power of courage, love, and the indomitable spirit that resides within the human heart. As Dani and Shoni returned to the village, they were greeted with jubilation and celebration. The entire community came together to rejoice in their heroic triumph over the thieves. The village square was adorned with colorful decorations, and the air was filled with music and laughter. It was a moment of collective joy and gratitude for the bravery and selflessness of Dani and Shoni. Amidst the festivities, Dani and Shoni made a heartfelt decision. They realized that their love had blossomed throughout their shared journey, and they couldn't imagine a life without each other. Surrounded by their loved ones, they announced their intention to marry, sealing their bond with vows of love and devotion. In the years that followed, Dani and Shoni built a beautiful life together. They established a flourishing hen farm, carefully tending to their precious flock. Their hens thrived, laying golden eggs that brought them a handsome income. However, they never lost sight of their humble origins and the struggles they had overcome. Driven by their compassionate hearts, Dani and Shoni used their wealth to uplift the lives of the needy and impoverished in their village. They initiated various projects aimed at improving education, healthcare, and infrastructure. No longer content with mere survival, they sought to foster an environment of progress and prosperity. Their efforts did not go unnoticed. The village witnessed a transformation as the once struggling community began to flourish. The prosperity generated by Dani and Shoni's endeavors reverberated throughout the village, bringing hope and a renewed sense of possibility to every doorstep. Word of their benevolence spread far and wide, touching the hearts of others who were inspired to join their cause. Together they formed a network of support, reaching out to neighboring villages and extending their philanthropic efforts beyond their immediate surroundings. Amidst their acts of charity and community building, Dani and Shoni found immense joy and fulfillment. Their love for each other and their shared purpose propelled them forward, reminding them of the power of compassion and the potential for positive change. And so, Dani and Shoni lived a life filled with love, abundance, and purpose. Their story became legend, inspiring future generations to embrace kindness, courage, and the belief that even the smallest acts of goodness can transform the world around them.